what is unique about your testing method? We know that the salivary method is unique in and of itself, because it's less invasive and painful than a typical blood test. But even more than that, on top of that uniqueness, what makes this special?
Being able to look at the way that an individual responds to their environment by looking every 4 hours at cortisol is extremely important. Using the salivary collection allows for compliance to be much higher, and it's such a non-invasive means of determining what's taking place as opposed to having to draw blood, especially when looking every 4 hours. This is a very practical means of being able to determine exactly how that person is responding to the stress factors that they deal with. Many of the times when we look at a panel, one can see where the greater amount of stress is coming from, if it's coming from their home life or if it's coming from their business life, for instance. So it gives you some subtle insight, as well as giving you direct insight into a specific occurrence, when it's occurring, and the impact that it's having, not only as far as the primary buffering mechanism or the barometer, the adrenals, everything downstream, including the sex steroids. So it gives us a very specific tool to look at that person. Now, with that information, what truly makes us unique beyond the collection, which is unique in itself because we're looking every 4 hours and not looking periodically or spot testing. When you only look at one time in a 24-hour period of time, many of the times, because of the time in which the collection was collected, may give you false impression as to the activity that's taking place the following 23 hours. So being able to look at it throughout that period of time gives you a much better assessment of what the individual is dealing with. With that information, we can then construct a very specific protocol involving nutritional supplementation from a transdermal applied to the skin or from an oral standpoint in order to affect the situation. Adding to that, those other additional modalities such as stress management certainly enhances a lot of what it is that we do biochemically.